This conference will now be recorded.
Coming properly.
Hi, trainer. Your voice is not clear. It's some, I don't know.
Yes, right. No, it's still not coming.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Hello. Who is speaking?
Hello. Yeah, this is
Sir, this
Sri.
is Pulender,
Yeah,
sir.
tell me. Yeah, hi
Start the
Sri.
session, sir.
Yes, Pulender.
Yeah,
Yes, can start, but trainer's voice is not coming properly. That is
Yeah,
correct.
sir.
the big concern.
Your voice is not coming, sir.
Maybe sir, trainer has to check once his microphone. Probably, it's like
Yeah,
coming like
right.
some rat kind sound. Yeah.
Correct. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Take your time.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll rejoin once again. Let's leave this session and rejoin. Let's see how if we can audible to the trainer voice. Let's see. Everyone can once leave the session and rejoin. Let's see.
Right.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
Just give me a minute. I'm going to be starting it up. Okay, so let me try to start up. Guys, can you please mute yourself? Okay, so welcome to this particular training program on SAP Sales and Distribution, or in short, we try to call it as SD. And about myself, my name is Jairam, and I'm going to be acting as your trainer for this particular module. So talking about myself, I'm having more than 15 years of work experience as an SAP SD consultant. And right now I'm holding a position of an SAP SD lead, where I try to handle a team of 6 members in my current project. I worked on different implementations and support in the span of 15 years. I'm having good exposure working or implementing SAP for manufacturing companies, for retail companies, and oil and gas companies. And talking about my training experience, I'm having around 12 years of training experience as an SAP SD trainer. I also act as a corporate trainer. I train the consultants in the real time as well. And I try to provide online trainings on SAP sales and distribution for the people who want to make their career into SAP. Okay. So until the course is going to be done, I'm going to be the point of contact for this particular training program. And in this particular training, so what exactly you're going to be getting trained on, how this particular training program has been designed, what is going to be the training program outcome is what I'm going to be presenting in this particular session. So you're going to be getting trained on 3 different areas. One, on SAP sales and distribution, where we try to basically learn how the company's sales process is going to be running on SAP platform. That would be one area. Second, we try to get trained on SAP logistic execution. In short, we try to call it as LE module. So this particular module is going to be dealing with all the activities related to shipment and transportation. So what all steps which is going to be getting involved as part of your delivery is going to be handled by LE module. And third, we try to work in workshop. This is what we try to call it as a project workshop. So in this particular project workshop, I try to basically explain what is going to be your roles and responsibilities. Working in different types of projects. Because in SAP, you're going to be having different types of projects where you can get an opportunity to work. So we try to discuss the roles and responsibilities as part of it. So these are the 3 areas you're going to be getting trained on: sales and distribution, logistic execution, and project workshop. And this particular training program has been designed for 4 months. And where you're going to be having daily classes, which is going to be scheduled for 60 to 90 minutes in a day. And it is going to be purely practical oriented training. It's not going to be theoretical. It's going to be practical oriented one. So where we try to run the cycles on SAP application, and we check how the application need to be built and how the outputs need to be triggered. So that is the reason I'm trying to mention it. It is going to be a practical oriented training. Okay. And it is going to be in depth. It's going to be deep dive training program, which I'm going to be doing it up. In depth, we try to work and understanding different business process and scenarios which can be mapped on SAP platform. And to support this particular training program, you're going to be provided with the server access for the practice. And you're going to be given access to work with S/4HANA server. Okay, so where you will be having your own username and password to log into the system and do the practice. So practice is very much important for us. So you need to spend at least in a day around 2 to 3 hours, work on the system, get to know the functionality at the core level. So that will be helping you to crack the interviews and to work independently in the project environment as well. And you will be provided with the class recordings. So you will be having access for all the class recordings. You will be having access for all the class recordings, and it is going to be a lifetime access, which I'm going to be sharing it up. So anytime you want to refer any particular class recording, you can refer that. Okay. So I'm giving the access for all the class recordings. So how many classes we are going to be conducting it? For all classes, you will be having the access to get trained on. Along with that, I'm going to be providing you the study material. So what all books you need to refer. I'm going to be sharing you all that particular books. There are going to be certain PDF documents. Some documents I have prepared as a study material. I'm going to be sharing that particular documents for your reference. So these documents has been designed with the screenshots. Okay, so you can refer that particular documents and you can work on the system, do your practice as well. And there are going to be certain real-time documents as well, which I'm going to be sharing it up. So in the project, how the documentation is going to be maintained. So I'm going to be sharing certain templates. You can read that particular templates. You can understand it and you can work on. Okay. So apart from this, when I try to talk about this job assistance, so what I try to do, I try to help you out with your resume preparations. How to prepare a resume, what points need to be kept in that particular resume, how to read the job descriptions in job portals. I try to give you that information. So resume preparation, along with that, I'm going to be conducting mock interviews where I try to basically analyze your skill set. So how much knowledge you have gained, how to project a particular topic in front of the interviewer. So that particular skill set is what I'm going to be developing for you people. And along with that, I'm going to be providing you interview questions, FAQs. What kind of questions you can get in an interview. And this particular training is also going to be helping you for the certification as well. In the future, if you want to go for certification. So this particular training program is going to be helping you to crack that particular certification as well. So this training is not going to be helping you only to gain the subject. Along with that, whatever skill set is required to work independently in the real time, that is what I'm going to be focusing on. So it is going to be moreover like a real-time training program, which I'm going to be doing it up. Where I try to give you a lot of assignments as well. So there are going to be tasks which you need to work. I'm going to be providing a lot of assignments, a lot of tasks, a lot of exercises on which you need to work out. Because these are the things what you need to represent in the interview. So this is going to be one most important thing you need to be aware of. So please don't ignore the task what I try to provide it. So let's say in sales and distribution, if you're having 30 to 35 concepts on which you need to get trained on. So on each topic wise, I'm going to be providing you questions and I'm going to be providing you assignments. So you need to work on that and you need to come out with a solution for it. Because those are the things what you're going to be explaining in the interview. Okay, so whether you want to hit the market as a fresher or an experience, this particular training program is going to be helping you out. And this is going to be done from basic to advanced level. Basic to advanced level. A person who is not having any knowledge on SAP also can get trained, get to know the functionality and work on the system. So as a beginner, you can enter into this particular training program and be proficient by the time you complete the course. And it is also going to be helping out for the people who is having knowledge on SAP and who want to diversify themselves working in different areas as well. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of things what we are going to be working in the span of 4 months, where you're going to be getting into the functionalities of it in more detailed manner. And before we try to talk about the sales and distribution module, so I just wanted to introduce some terms which you need to be having a good understanding on, and we try to get into SC module and how exactly it has been designed, what are the things we are going to be looking after. Like here, I hear a lot of people will be spelling it or calling it as SAP. So please don't try to call it as SAP. We have an abbreviation maintained for that. Please try to call it as SAP, where this SAP stands for System Application and Products, which will be used in data processing. This is a full name of SAP, where SAP stands for System Application and Products, which is going to be used in data processing. And we try to call this one as an ERP package. Okay, you can call it as an ERP package or an ERP application, where number of business will be using this particular product. They will be using SAP for different reasons. So you're going to be finding different companies will be working on this particular application. There are a lot of manufacturing companies which are using SAP. We have trading companies. We have service-oriented companies as well, which is using SAP for their business. Now, for example, you take pharmaceutical industry, like we have Sun Pharma, Torrent Pharma, Reddy's Lab. So all these companies are using SAP application to run the business. If you take an example of an automobile sector, we have BMW, Audi company, Mercedes company, they are using it. So again, Tata Group is using SAP application. Reliance is using SAP application. If you take retail sector, we have D-Mart supermarkets. We have Walmart supermarket, which is using SAP application. Airtel in the service space is using it. SBI is using it. Indian Post is using it. The lot of companies which are using SAP application. In oil and gas sector, you pick up any company. For example, HP, Shell, BP, Indian Oil. All these companies are using SAP application for their business. It's not that only manufacturing companies are trying to use it. We have trading companies and service-oriented companies as well, which is using this particular software. And why these companies are going to be using this particular software? For three major reasons. First, for recording day-to-day transaction. Whatever transaction is being carried out in the business, they want to keep a record of it. Let it be related to sales. Let it be related to purchase. Let it be related to inventory. Let it be related to payments. So payrolls, then time management. Whatever transactions are done in the business, they want to keep a record of it. That is going to be one reason why companies will be using it. Second reason why companies will be using SAP, if you keep a record of all these transactions, we can go for generation of reports. By default, SAP is providing access to work on 5,000 plus standard reports, which will be helping the business to get a deep understanding of their sales process of the purchase process or inventory process, etc. If this 5,000 reports are not helping the business, we can work with custom report as well. So how business want a report need to be getting displayed, we can even develop it. Okay. So this is going to be one reason, because reports is going to be helping the business to take better decisions. So if you are able to provide access to work with real-time data, so we can do our data analysis very quickly. So companies will be using this application for data analysis as well. That is what we try to call it as data comparison. How much sale has been done in the last month or last 3 months or last quarter. So we can use that particular information and we can predict next month's sale. So every business will be having a peak period, a dull period. So we can do all that data comparisons to know or to study the product life cycles. Okay, so this is going to be the reason why we try to work it. So when you try to work on SAP, you're going to be finding a lot of companies will be using this particular software. One, for recording day-to-day transaction. Second, for report generation. Third, for data analysis. And it's not an Indian-based software company. It's a German-based software company. It's a German-based software company, which is having their headquarters in Germany. Which is having their headquarters in Germany, not in India. They're having their headquarters in Germany. And this particular application has been totally developed in German language. Okay, it has been totally developed in German language. From German language, it has been translated. It has been translated to multiple languages. Okay, so because they want this particular product need to be used across the globe. That is the reason it has been translated to multiple language. You can log into SAP in more than 16 plus languages, because there are a lot of countries which doesn't speak German or doesn't speak English. So you can log in their native language. You can understand the application. You can use the application, and you can go for recording the transactions. Now, for example, if you go to France, they speak French. If you go to China, they speak Mandarin. Japan, they speak Japanese. So you can log into SAP in different languages, and you can go for using this particular product. So that is the reason in ERP space, SAP is having a good demand, and it stands number one in ERP application world because of its flexibility. Because of its flexibility and solution, what SAP is providing, other ERP applications are failing in it. That is the reason you can find all big companies are trying to use SAP application for their business. It's not a small software, it's a very big software, and it is an expensive software. It is not a cheap application, it's very costly application. So business need to spend good amount to use this SAP. That is the reason your pay scales are also going to be high. The pay scales are also going to be high for that. So this is a small interaction related to your SAP application. The reason why companies are going to be using this particular product for. And when we try to talk about the sales and distribution, now what exactly we are going to be learning? So the sales and distribution is going to be a big module. It's going to be a big module in SAP, and sales is going to be taking care of one activity and distribution will be handling another activities. So when we try to talk about sales, so we try to make sure the company sales process is going to be mapped. So how company is going to be selling the product? Sell the products to the customer. That is what your sales team is going to be handling it. Selling the product to the customer. Whereas when we try to talk about distribution process, So we try to make sure we deliver the product to the customer on time. We try to make sure the products are going to be delivered to the customer on time. Okay. So whenever you place an order on Amazon or Flipkart or any e-commerce website, so they will be providing you the delivery date, by which date you're going to be receiving the stock. So based on that only, you place an order. So sales team is not going to be handling only sales process. They try to take care of distribution process as well. So where we try to basically understand the delivery activities which is going to be getting involved in it. Okay. Now, what exactly we are going to be learning as part of the sales program? So in sales and distribution, you're going to be having different submodules. You're going to be having different submodules. So where it is going to be primarily divided into 4 major areas to work. One, we try to call it as order management. This is going to be one area you're going to be getting trained on. Second, delivery processing. How delivery related activities are going to be performed. Order management is all about when customer places an order to the company, we try to record that transaction. So when you create an order, what all information need to be kept in that? So order related activities is going to be part of order management. So again, delivery, how delivery activities need to be performed. Third, we try to work with billing activities. So how billing is going to be generated. Fourth, we try to deal with the pricing. This is going to be another interesting area as part of sales and distribution module. Pricing. Because when we try to sell a product, we need to maintain pricing related data. We try to maintain selling price, discounts, surcharges, taxes, shipping cost. That is going to be handled by the pricing team. So we try to work in this particular area as what, as how it is going to be mapped up. Because every company will be having a different pricing procedure, a pricing scheme. So we try to work out with this pricing activity in detailed manner. And fifth is going to be the integration skill set. It's not that sales team is going to be working independently. If you take any business, you're going to be having different departments involved in it. Okay, so if you want to run a business, you're going to be having a sales department, you have a purchase department, you have an inventory department, you have HR department, you have finance department. So we need to receive the data from different modules or different departments. So we try to work out how sales is going to be working out with FICO, where this FICO stands for Financial Accounting and Controlling Module. We work with SD FI integration. At the same time, we try to work out with MM, where this MM stands for Material Management. I'm just trying to put down the naming convention in case if you're not aware of it. So you can call it as FICO, you can call it as FICO or FICO. All naming conventions are going to be accepted, where this stands for Financial Accounting and Controlling. This would be one area where we try to work it out. Then MM, where MM stands for Material Management. Now, what exactly these modules are going to be doing it up? So your finance team is going to be handling total account receivables and account payables, incoming payments and outgoing payments. From which customer, for which business transaction, how much payment need to be collected, they take care of it. Or to which vendor or to which supplier, how much amount need to be paid, they take care of it. So they work with total payment history, incoming payments and outgoing payments. Whereas when we try to talk about this MM, material management, they take care of purchasing. They purchase the stock. So every company will be having a purchase team or a purchase department which will be handling the purchase related activities. They try to take care of purchasing the stock. And apart from that, they try to work out with inventory management. They maintain the stock levels. Purchase team will be maintaining the stock levels. If they don't maintain the stock, sales team cannot sell the product. So we work with this module. There are going to be different topics what we try to work as part of integration. At the same time, we try to work out with SD with PP, where this PP stands for production planning. PP stands for production planning. And this particular team is going to be doing all the manufacturing related activities. They manufacture the product. So for which material, how much stock they need to manufacture, that information is what we try to provide. Now, sales team is going to be sharing that information. Forecast data. Sales forecast data. We provide the information to the production team for which material, how much stock they need to manufacture. So we try to work with this integration skill set as well. At the same time, we try to work out with LE module. As I mentioned, LE stands for logistic execution. LE stands for logistic execution, which is going to be dealing with all the activities related to shipment and transportation. So when we try to work out with delivery processing, this is going to be handled by your LE module. The steps involved in delivering the product to the customer. That is going to be part of your LE module. We try to work in that particular area. At the same time, we try to work out with one of the technical module called as ABAP. So ABAP is a technical module where you require some coding experience for that. So we try to work out with this ABAP as well. So in case if you want to develop any particular screen in SAP, how you're going to be communicating with the ABAP for the development. That is what we try to look after. We are not going to be responsible for writing any particular code. We don't write any code. We don't write any code. It is going to be handled by the technical department. So SD is going to be a functional module. So people who come from sales background and they want to make their career into IT, they can get trained on this particular area and they can make themselves move towards IT consulting world. So we are not going to be part of any kind of coding. We don't write any code, but we work with the coders for the screen developments. So that particular skill set is very much important for us as well. So we need to understand what is the standard solution SAP has provided. If standard solution is not provided by SAP, then we try to sit with the ABAPers and we ask them to develop it. So you need to know how to communicate with the ABAPer for the developments. So that particular skill is what we try to look after. So how to find the programs, how to work with the user exits, how to work with debugging skills, how you are going to be debugging an issue. Those things are going to be part of your SD ABAP integration. And another area where we try to work is going to be basis. So this is also another technical module. Basis. So this basis team is going to be working out with SAP systems, or you can call it as SAP service, software installation, user creation, role authorizations is going to be part of your basis team. They take care of total installation process. They are the people who will be generating your username and the password to log into the application. So which we try to call it as server credentials, to which user with screen access need to be provided. or restricted. So we work with this particular team. And they're also going to be responsible for data transportation. If you want to move the data from one system to another system, so basis team is going to be handling it. They play a very important role in the project. Okay, so this is what we are going to be looking after. We try to work with all these particular things along with integration skill set. Now, the reason why we are going to be working with all these particular modules is going to be simple, to make sure we try to run sales life cycle on SAP application without any kind of errors or without any kind of bugs. So when we try to talk about sales life cycle, so we have different steps involved in it. So we try to basically call it as business process, sales business process, which is going to be made up of different steps. So where we try to check out how this inquiry transaction is going to be done. So if customer is looking for any particular product, so companies will be maintaining that information in the database, which customer is looking for which product. So how this inquiry transactions are going to be recorded. So once customer has inquired about a particular product, we try to offer a quotation. At what price we are going to be selling the product to that particular customer. And once we offer a quotation to the customer, and if it's happy with the quote, customer will be placing an sales order. Okay. We work with order creations, how transactions are going to be recorded. And for this particular order, we try to deliver the stock. Once we receive an order, we are going to be delivering the products to the customer. And once we deliver the product to the customer, we are going to be issuing an billing document. So billing document is nothing but your invoice can be called as a billing document. There are going to be different types of billing documents. Invoice is a kind of a billing document. We raise an invoice for which business transaction, how much amount customer need to do the payment for. And that need to be updated to your finance department. So where we try to go for generating an accounts document. And based on that, my finance team will be collecting the payments, which we try to record it as incoming payments. Okay, so this is how the process is going to be starting and ending. So the process is going to be starting with inquiry and it will be closing with incoming payments. And to run this particular thing on SAP application, there are going to be a lot of settings what we need to do it from the back. Okay, so these are going to be part of your sales activities, order management. Delivering the products is what we try to do with your LE integration. So when we try to perform delivery, there are going to be different steps involved in it. Like for example, when you try to perform delivery, the first thing we need to pick the stock. So picking process. Once you pick the stock, we try to work out with packing. So at the time of picking itself, now before we get into picking, we are going to be working out with a concept called as batch management. We need to pick the stock from batches and we need to issue it. So if you're implementing SAP for pharmaceutical company or chemical or FMCG, this batch management concept is going to be very mandatory. On each and every product you purchase, you will be having a batch number. So that batch number will be giving us a lot of information. On which date the product has been manufactured, on which date it will be getting expired. Characteristics of the product will be maintained. And the reason why we try to activate this for stock rotation, because business will be following a process called as FIFO, first in, first out. Product which has been manufactured first need to be sold first. So every product will be having a shelf life. So how to rotate the stock based on that shelf life? For that, we try to enable the batch management functionality. so that the company is not going to be having any kind of debt stock. So they are going to be maintaining the stock properly. Third, we try to work out with packing process. So if you want to perform delivery, we need to make sure the product is going to be well packed. We don't want the product need to be getting damaged. So we deal with the packing activities involved in it. Fourth, we try to put down the route details. When we try to talk about this route, so we are going to be having departure points. We have destination points. Mode of transportation, we are going to be using it for performing delivery. All this data is going to be updated. And we use this route information for calculating our shipping charges. So when we deliver the product, company will be collecting shipping charges. So we use this route details for calculating the shipping charges. And then only we try to work out with the goods issue, where ownership of the goods is going to be getting transferred from company to the customer. So these are the activities which will be performed as part of your delivery creation. So that is the reason we try to work out with LE integration for that, because sales team cannot work with all these activities independently. So we try to work out with LE module for it. So how sales is going to be working with LE module to perform delivery related activities. And this billing is going to be handled by the sales team. So inquiry creation, quotation creation, order creation is going to be handled by the sales department. Delivery, SDLE, billing, SD. Whereas accounts document, each and every bill we generate need to be updated to the finance department by generating an accounts document. We need to post each and every transaction to the finance team. Then only the finance team will have complete information from which customer, for which transaction, how much payment need to be collected. So this incoming payments is going to be handled by the finance. They collect the payments. So we need to make sure this billing transaction is going to be updated to the finance, and finance team will be taking care of incoming payments, which we call it as account receivable. So this is a process what we try to work. And to run this particular process effectively, we take the help of different modules for that. So in sales, you're going to be having different business process. We are going to be working with different business process. Now, for example, you may be hearing this particular term, OTC or O2C, which stands for order to cash. There's going to be one cycle we try to learn. Second, we call it as sample sales or free of charge, where company will be offering the goods for free to the customer. Promotion. Third, we try to work out with returns, or we try to call it as refund cycle. When we sell any particular product, if customer is not happy with the product or product got damaged, we take returns. So how this return process is going to be mapped up. Then how to create a credit note, debit note, consignment process. At the same time, we try to work out with third-party sales, which is nothing but an example of your SD MM integration. Third-party sales, individual purchase order, MTO, which stands for make to order. Once you receive an order from the customer, then only manufacturing will be done. We are not going to be manufacturing the product and keep it ready. Once we receive an order, then only manufacturing process will be activated. Then we have MTS, make to stock. We manufacture the product and keep it ready for sale. So these are going to be different process what we try to look and explore. Contracts. I'm just trying to name the examples, like name the business process on which you are going to be getting trained on. Because this is a skill set what they try to look from an LC consultant when you appear for the interviews. At the same time, there are going to be different business scenarios as well. Different business scenarios we try to work. Like for example, how to offer free goods. Okay, so how to work with material substitution. If one product is not available, we try to substitute with another product and we try to issue it. Then we have the concept of cross-selling. Bonus buys. Like this, we have different scenarios where we try to work on. That is the reason your course has been designed for 4 months, where you're going to be having in-depth knowledge working on different business process scenarios, along with that integration skill set, which is required to run your sales cycle very effectively. And once you gain this particular subject knowledge to the core, we try to work with the project workshop. So where in this particular project workshop, again, there are going to be a lot of new things you're going to be learning, where we try to basically understand first the role of SAP consultants. What is going to be your roles and responsibilities? And just try to modify this one. Roles and responsibilities of SAP consultant. What exactly we do in the real time. Second, we try to get hands-on experience understanding different types of projects. So in SAP, you're going to be having different types of projects to work. One, we try to call it as implementation project. Second, upgradation project. Third, we call it as rollout project. Fourth, migration project. Next one, support project. What exactly happens in different projects? What is going to be our role? How these projects are going to be implemented? What are the phases involved in this particular projects for the implementation? We try to work on it. So when we try to talk about this implementation, you're going to be finding greenfield implementation. What do you mean by this particular greenfield? Brownfield implementation. So all that particular things we try to discuss, we get to know the usage of it. Third, we try to understand SAP system landscape. When you work in the real time, you're going to be having different servers on which you need to perform different activities. So you're going to be having development server, second, quality server, third, production server. These are the 3 different servers on which you work on. So development server is the place where we try to build SAP application. From start to end, we design the application, we build it. Once you build it in quality server, UAT is going to be done, which we try to call it as user acceptance testing. So user will be testing to check whatever solution we have built is working properly or not. In production server, live data is going to be getting recorded. So live transactions will be recorded. Okay, so this is what we try to understand. So what the server means, on which server who will be working, what kind of activities will be done. So once you understand this particular system landscape, we try to work out with data transportation as well. So where we try to basically understand like how to move the data from one server to another server. So how to move the data from development to quality, from quality to production. So what is the documentations to prepare it? And this is going to be done with the help of your basis. So basis team will be handling this data transportation activity. So how you communicate with the basis department for data transportation. Fifth, we try to work with data migration tools. So if you want to move the data into SAP, then how the tools are going to be used. So we have different tools we are going to be using it. So we have it most commonly used one, LSMW. We have LTMC, which we are going to be getting some hands-on experience as well. Sixth, we try to understand the documentations prepared in the real time. There are going to be number of documents we are going to be preparing it in a project. I'm going to be giving you the templates of all the documents. I'm going to be providing you number of templates, what all documents I prepared in my project. I'm going to be sharing that templates for your understanding. You can read it, get to know how the solution has been designed, and you can explain the same solution in the interviews. Documentations are very important. You need to read that documents. You need to understand the reason why it has been developed in such a way. And seventh, we try to work out with custom solutions. Sometimes when business gives us a requirement in SAP, we don't have a standard solution available. We don't have a ready-made solution available. So if there is no ready-made solution available, then how we are going to be developing it? So we try to work with an activity called as fit gap analysis. We try to deal with it. How you come out with a custom solution for the requirements. Okay. So we try to work out with next one. We call it as cutover strategy. So this is basically used for data transportation itself. So how we are going to be planning how much amount of data need to be moved into SAP. This is all part of your project workshop, which we are going to be doing it up. So almost we are going to be spending around 20-25 hours only on the project. So I'm going to be making sure you have good exposure to the project workshop so that you can prepare yourself very confidently and showcase good skill set in the interviews. So this is what I'm going to be presenting in my training program on SAP sales and distribution. It's going to be a deep learning process, which I'm going to be doing it up. So project, you're going to be working on end-to-end implementation, E to E, from start to end. As a consultant, how we are going to be designing the application, how we are going to be developing the application, how we are going to be testing the application, all that things we try to learn, get to know. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be putting down from this particular training, and you're going to be getting good hands-on experience working on the system. So there will be no coding involved over here. There are going to be number of screens. You need to know from which screen how data is going to be pumped up into the next one. So no coding at all. There are going to be checkboxes. If you activate a checkbox, if you inactivate a checkbox, how system is going to be responding for that? We need to have good understanding on the system functionality. So that will be helping you to know the process flow, to know the system functionality, behavior, and you fail the interviews when you work in the real time, it is going to be beneficial. So no need to take any kind of job support going ahead. With this particular skill set, you can do your job easily. So make sure you are going to be spending around 2 to 3 hours in a day doing your practice. How many hours you put on the system, that is going to be helping you out in getting a deep knowledge and to work independently in the real time. So there are going to be a number of job openings in the market. Only thing you need to know how to crack the interviews, how to project yourself as an experienced guy and talk. So these are the things which I wanted to present in this particular session, giving you a good understanding how the training program has been designed, what are going to be the outcomes, what exactly we are going to be getting trained on as well. If you have any questions related to the things what I've explained it, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. I'm open for all your questions.
So this session, this is Sairam actually. So this session is going to be on a weekly basis or is it a daily class, sir?
It's going to be daily basis. Daily basis. Every day you're going to be having a class Monday to Friday. So you need to attend the class and I'm going to be conducting it.
So from what is the timing of the classes, sir?
So as of now, it has been scheduled in the Indian time 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay. You're from, you're staying in Hyderabad then, or you're from?
I'm from Hyderabad.
You're from Hyderabad. Okay. When you said Indian 9 p.m., I just got it out whether you are
Okay.
staying in
No,
Hyderabad or not.
it's in Hyderabad itself. I stay in Hyderabad.
Do you speak Telugu, sir?
Yep.
Okay. So what I would like to ask is, see, I'm having almost 10 years of experience in sales.
Okay.
So once I go through the entire course of yours, which is almost 4 months, and at least I have, with the experience that I have already in sales for almost 10 years, if I will be able to grab it out, if I'll be able to pull it out, that experience into the SAP. So how do you think companies are going to look at my profile?
You need to project yourself as an experienced person working on SAP and you need to hit the market. So your domain experience, how much years of experience? Let's say you mentioned that you have 10 years of work experience. Total 10 years of work experience, you cannot show it on your domain. You need to showcase some experience that you are working on SAP and you need to hit the market. Because if you want to get a good package, then this is the only way. As a fresher, you will be getting a limited pay.
Any by chance, as a fresher, what is the tentative mark that they would be looking at? If someone is ready to give a job as a tentative, considering the 10 years of experience that I have in sales, in case if someone gives a chance, what would be the tentative package that
It depends
it's in the
upon the
market
company,
now?
man. It
It
depends upon
depends
the
upon the company.
company, how they try to take you in. As a fresher, as of now, the pay scale is around 22 to 25,000 per month in India. So if they try to hire you as a fresher and they're offering you this particular pay, if you're okay with that, you can join up the company.
Okay. Okay.
Totally
Hmm.
depends on the business itself, how they look into and consider your work experience, and they try to hire you up.
Hmm. And do the course take 4 months to get completed since we are working almost every day?
Yes, a lot of things you need to understand over here. That is the reason it has been done for 4 months. You're going to be seeing this for some people will be conducting this for 2 months as well, but that is not going to be helping you out anywhere. That is not going to be helping you out at all because duration is small. Certain topics are going to be skipped. So if those topics are skipped, you may not be having that good exposure working on it. When you face the interviews, you're going to be having the problems.
So you mean to say with the course starting somewhere in this week, it would take almost till end of May, it would be going on.
Exactly.
Okay, for by June first week, I think it will get completed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Myself, Ravali.
Hi, Ravali.
Yeah, actually, your presentation is very crystal clear. So I don't
Thank
have
you.
any questions related to this, but basically, I'm from digital marketing field.
Okay.
So I have 5 years of experience in digital marketing field. I work for Virtusa. Uh, After that, I took maternity break. So right now, I'm in that break only, almost 2.5 years. I'm very new to this particular domain. I'm confused between SD and MM module. Which one is we have more opportunities like that? I'm looking. Which one is
No,
more flexible as a mother? That
see,
is
like
what my
first thing I
confusion.
wanted to make it clear, I'm an SD
Yeah.
consultant, I'm an MM consultant. I
Okay.
handle both
Okay.
SD, MM. So about myself, I work in SD module, I work on MM, I work on IS retail, I work on oil and gas. So these are
Okay.
the different modules on which I work. Okay. Now, which module is good? First, if you're coming from a non-IT background or if you are totally new to this particular area, you don't have any kind
Yes.
of knowledge, then sales would be one area where it is going to be easy for the people to get some knowledge, work on the application.
Okay.
Now, for example, if you're coming from inventory background, purchasing background, then I would be suggesting
Okay.
you to take MM module, material management, because that module is going to be handling total purchase related activities, stock storage activities. So I would be suggesting you that one.
Okay.
So
So
first you can
actually,
get trained on LC module. So once you get a
okay.
job in that particular you can get good hands-on experience working in multiple areas and you can get a good package.
Okay.
As of now, start with sales. Eventually, you can pick up another module going ahead and you can work it out because you can't restrict yourself working in one module. You need to get good hands-on experience working in multiple modules. Then only you're going to be having good opportunities and your pay is going to be getting hiked up as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, is it that is it okay since you are a consultant for MM and as well as SD?
Huh.
Is it okay for anyone to take parallelly both SD and MM? Because you see, you're having 1 hour class in SD. So if you
Mm.
are if you are having any class in MM, do you suggest taking parallel classes for SD and MM?
No, I don't suggest it. Get good hands-on experience with one module at a time. It's not attending 1 hour a class. Right now, it's just a theoretical thing what I've explained it. Once we get into the practical thing, that 1 hour subject which I'm going to be delivering it, you required at least 2 to 3 hours to practice that particular thing. So there are going to be a lot of things which we are going to be looking after. Be expertise in one area, get a job, then you try to get good hands-on experience working on another module, enhance your skill set. If you have knowledge on SAP in the past, then I would be suggesting you can handle it. If no, go one by one module at a time.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions you guys are having it?
Hi, Jairam, this is Shrikant. I'm from US. So hope you remember I just spoke to you yesterday evening.
Yeah,
So
Shrikant,
yeah,
tell me.
I'm from chemistry background too completely. Yeah, but I was the same question. Some madam was asking the same thing about MMRSD. So yeah, I got your and I really appreciate your time and your voice is amazing. Like your explanation, it's very slowly and very nicely. It's easily understandable. So hopefully we'll continue the session in the same. So I'm gonna connect you with you offline, probably today late. If it is late, then I can connect in the morning hours. So I have just few questions. I need to speak one to one with you. So that's all
Not a
pretty much.
problem. Like
Thank you
after
for your
this or tomorrow morning, you can just give me a call back. I can
okay.
answer all your queries what you have it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. कमलेश कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा आपको, आपका इंग्लिश उतना अच्छा नहीं है तो भी ठीक है, मगर आपको कम्युनिकेशन आना पड़ेगा, इंग्लिश में बात करना आना पड़ेगा। मेरा हिंदी उतना अच्छा नहीं है, मगर मैं कोशिश करूंगा, आपको कुछ डाउट्स है तो मैं क्लैरिफाई कर सकता हूँ। Is that okay, Kamlesh? Thank you, man. Okay, so let me try to stop it over here. So I'm going to be sharing this particular Excel sheet, what I've used, and I'm going to be sharing this particular class recording as well. So you can go through it in case if you feel that anything has been not done or I skipped anything or you need any more clarification, do let me know. I can answer all your queries and we try to meet up tomorrow, same time. So where I'm going to be starting with rules, what exactly we do as a consultant. There are going to be certain terminologies which I wanted to explain it. So please do attend tomorrow's class as well. So once you have that information, we try to go on and we try to work on different areas. Thank you all
Jairam,
for
I have one
attending
more
it.
question. Sorry to interrupt you. And then, is there any chance can we do like 1 hour prior instead of 9 p.m. IST? I'm just checking. You can check with other guys too. If they can
Yeah,
do
I'm
at
going to
8
be
p.m., that
talking
would
to
be
them
great,
and
right?
I'm going to be getting back to you
Sure.
because already we
Okay.
discussed this one. I'm going to be checking
Yeah.
out with them and I'm going to be getting back.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.